Health problems in Mali are mainly linked to malnutrition. 33.7% of children are underweight. Between urban and rural, there are extreme disparities concerning the access to clean water, sanitation, neonatal caretakers, and the quality of the environment. In addition to this, the number of qualified health workers is very low and only centered around the urban areas. There is a great need to educate and create qualified specialists in the hospitals where these people are having to go. As you'll be able to see in a second, the people of Mali mainly get their water from the Niger River. They do everything in this river. They empty their trash into this river, they bathe in this river, they do laundry in this river, and they drink out of this river. And so a lot of diseases are floating around. It's very unclean. And this is one of the main reasons people in Mali are getting sick. As you can see also, the urban area, the houses are very closely built together, and so people in the city, there's a lot of disease going around as it is, and with these close environments, it's even worse. I think we need to spread out the resources that we have, spread out the hospitals that we have, so the people in the rural environments have a place to go and have the instruments and the machines that they need. Another thing that we need to do is provide free access to the healthcare. But I think the cheapest way that we can do this, the best answer is prevention, because prevention is the cheapest answer. And this, I think, would start in schools, making people say, if you come to school, you have to get vaccinated, or you can get vaccinated. That would solve the education problem of children not wanting to come to schools, and it would solve a lot of the health problems. It's also important to improve women's education, to raise their awareness about caring for their child, and to decrease fertility as well as child mortality. People in Mali have such a traditional way of doing things, and this needs to be more modern. I feel like if Mali reached out and had more connection to the outer world, they would be shown how to properly set up their system so that more people would have available medical care. So a couple of things that we need to do better is make sure we have an educated staff, reliable equipment and machines, that we have cost-efficient solutions, that we have partnerships internationally, that we're paying attention to how developed countries work their healthcare, and we need to produce locally the medicine and nutrition that we need in hospitals so that we are not relying so much on other people. As we've looked at many times before, most of Mali is made up of a large expansion of desert, and so it's very hard for a lot of these people. They're undernourished because they don't have anywhere to plant crops except for around the Niger River, and a lot of those crops aren't getting exported out to the rural people, and so a lot of people are dying from starvation and malnutrition, especially children. Don't make it past a lot of the times the first couple years of life. And as a society built around mainly agriculture, fishing, growing crops, etc., they're exporting a lot of these goods to make money for their country, and so a lot of the people aren't getting the nutrition and food that they need, that they've worked for. And so these people, a lot of them are underfed and overworked, and their immune systems just aren't able to fight against the diseases that they're contracting. Some of the major problems of environmental stability in Mali is first desertification and drought, water ability and pollution, and threats to biodiversity. As you can see, the Niger River is one of their main places where the trees grow heavily. The rest of Mali is covered in desert. but wood is one of Mali's main energy source. They use wood for building their houses, wood for burning their fires, cooking food, wood for building their boats, since their main one of their main incomes is fishing, and so because of this, there's an overcutting of these forests for fuel, and it's resulting in a decline of forested areas. However, with one national park, 4 animal reserves, 6 forested reserves, we can see an improvement in Mali in the percentage of protected environmental areas. The use of fire to manage land are one of the leading causes of land degradation, because these farmers and agriculturalists are burning the land so that they can better plant their crops, but it's actually really hurting the area around the Niger River. And with the heavy concentration of people, with everyone moving in around there, there's a lot of this going on, and so they're using up a lot of the land in the only place where things are fertile. Mali's water, like its population and everything else, is unevenly distributed throughout the country. Only 50% of the total population have access to the water. 36% are in rural areas. As you can see, too, fishing is one of the main incomes of the people, and so there's a threat to the biodiversity in the area, and they're overfishing the area. Because of the deforestation problems in Mali, a lot of the indigenous animals are becoming endangered and extinct. The birds and the monkeys, the fish, because of the pollution from the fertilizers and pesticides, from the runoff from the farms, and the overfishing that's going on in Mali. Also, as you can see here, the land area covered by forage percentage has gone down. Carbon dioxide emissions have about stayed the same, and slum population has also decreased in the following years.